grew up in the household of a high elf jeweler. Took a liking to tinkering and creating smallish components and mechanisms. Liked reading. Wasn't really well liked by the populace because the fact A, half dragon, and B, chromatic. And so yeah, now she has worked something out which you'll probably see pretty soon, and has decided to go out and adventure.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, one of my players is watching the stream. Thank you, Tom.
Hey.
Awesome. So that brings us to the world of Andalaro. And a quick introduction of the world. Was originally a very complete place, many continents, several large islands, until the Great Shattering occurred. Now, the Great Shattering was a combination of planar magics gone wrong and the introduction of too many gods. As this happened, it removed a major mass of land and millions upon millions of inhabitants to the world, and it rewrote much of the landscape. In fact, there's only one continent left, that is the continent of Andalar, and with a total population of around 20 million people. For the time period, yes, incredibly high, but that's because of the major cities that are there. And one of the primary cities being Big Harbour, home to the Universalis Arcanum, or the magical colleges, has on its own half the population of Andalar, which is nearly half the population of the entire world left.
So it's a city of 10 million?
It's a city of approximately 10 million, yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pretty big.
It's
Dan,
really
just in
big.
case you didn't see, I sent a updated version of the map in the chat. I moved the tower, so you can use that instead.
I did see that. You still didn't put it in the right spot.
I don't care. It's in the
3
right spot now.
So the interesting thing about Big Harbour and Big Tower is that Big Tower is 3 miles out to sea. Now, Big Tower is also where the rulers of Bic are.
So when you say out to sea, do you mean like some kind of lighthouse, like
It's
single island?
it is a lighthouse, but it's also the seat of government for the city-state of Bic.
I mean lighthouse just in terms of like
Yes,
the geographical location.
geographically
Yeah.
and functionally, it is a
Oh,
lighthouse.
and functional.
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
So I have a question about these rulers of Bic.
Yes.
Is Bic's primary export quills?
Bic's
writing
primary-
quills?
Its primary export is actually magical artifacts. So there's a
Do any of
massive
these
population of
be
enchanters.
quills?
Sorry, what was that?
Do any of these happen to be writing quills?
Yes.
Magical
Some of-
quills that you don't need to dip into ink.
Yes, that is precisely it.
My man.
Another
It's just
very
a
interesting thing,
pen with an ink cartridge.
That's
Big Harbour is built into 4 major wards, and I've got a basic sketch out here for you of them. That's if it's actually decided to comfortably exist.
Yep,
There we go.
got it.
So we've got
Ooh, beautiful.
the
well
3
done.
primary towns being Hightown, Middletown, and Lowtown, along
Very
with
original.
along with the major Universalis Arcanum. So this entire ward is dedicated to magical studies. This giant boulevard that runs through the center of Bic is 1,000 feet wide. It is possible for half the population of Bic to stand on this boulevard shoulder to shoulder. Another very important bit of information is that you cannot travel by road between Lowtown and Middletown. You must take the ferry. to do so.
Oh. So basically, it's just like a. Okay, yeah. No, I get it. Never mind. Okay.
Okay, walk us through the rest of the continent.
The rest of the continent is built up of several rather important locations.
I should quickly switch over to the Babel map so that the viewers can see what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, I just realized you don't have that up.
I do on mine, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I have made a slight mistake.
What'd you
I
do?
can fix this. There we go. It's fine. No, it's not fine. God damn. Oh boy, everything's destroyed. Good job, me.
I will try and fix it, and then Dan keep talking.
Whatever.
Several hundred miles south of Bick is Faithborn. Now, Faithborn is a rather interesting holy city. It was constructed by an avatar of the true god of Andalaro, and the city itself is classified as a holy artifact.
Cool.
The layout of it is built up of many great cathedrals, along with smaller houses in between, and they permit every faith to be practiced in the city, provided they do not attempt to convert other citizens.
Okay.
And because of this fact that they provide every faith to be preached and practiced, no matter what it is or what it is about, they are actually in conflict with capital Kington, which brings us over to what is classified as the capital of Andalar.
Quick question though, really quick. When you say every faith, that includes Palor, I assume, right? Or is it just every faith of one?
No, it's every faith is
The
permitted.
city's good by me then.
However, obviously the true faith of Andalar is the most practiced.
Mhm.
Capital Kington, where the High Duke, a self-imposed title,
Oh boy.
resides, and apparently I've lost.
Jacob.
Yeah,
left,
we've
but,
lost Jacob.
Just
Yep.
Just keep rolling.
Where the High Duke, with his self-imposed title, resides, and the conflict with Faithborn is based around the evil-aligned religions and gods. While everything that is neutral and good is allowed to be practiced in the capital, there is a total ban on anything that could be classified as evil. The other very interesting factor is illegal entry into the city grants execution for everybody in the city.
So, I mean, when you say execution, do you mean groups of soldiers with broadswords go house to house slicing off heads? Or do you
Yes.
mean everyone... Oh, okay.
They
It's
will
not like a
go
magic
around.
spell they just cast
It's
and
not
everyone
like a magic
drops,
spell.
but-
It is manually, everybody is murdered to punish anyone who illegally enters the city.
Cool.
I see our number one quest.
Yeah.
The other
think
thing
that
that
sure.
is common knowledge about this is that the capital city is built as a giant glyph which casts true reincarnation every dawn. The only limitation is that it only affects people who did not die a natural death.
What do you classify? What does it classify as natural?
Dying of
Age,
like old age or
disease.
sickness.
Yes.
That doesn't... dying of old age doesn't count as natural? I mean,
No,
what
dying
doesn't
of-
count as
dying of-
natural?
What doesn't is... Okay, it's easier to list what does. So, old age and sickness is a natural
Okay, what
death.
does?
So, any person killing another person, any person poisoning another person, anything that is one person being done to another person is unnatural.
Okay. So, if you wanted to, some crazy psychopath could just run around the city with a great sword and kill everybody. Nothing would happen. They don't get res the next day.
Yes, they will
Well,
all
I imagine the
come back to life the
criminal
next
would
day.
probably get yanked outside the city and killed.
Probably, but yeah.
Well, hey, question:
Maybe
If
they have
you-
a culture of like expressing
if you,
your
kill, if you
anger.
kill someone and then drag their body outside the city, are they resurrected?
No. So only if their dead body
There we go.
remains inside the city do they resurrect.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's like the city is like a magic circle, and you have to
Yes.
be inside of it. Like
Yes.
okay. It's not like it recognizes citizens wherever they are in the world and rises them. Okay.
No. You must be inside the city. And that
All
brings
right.
us to the other continent and how it disappeared, for it was also a magic circle. And that's all you know.
Well, hey, there are no gnomes, so that's all I care about.
The next major region is the North, as it is so very eloquently named, just the North, which includes Triton, North Bay, and Orkville.
Hey, my hometown. Well, not my
All-
hometown. Probably never been there.
All very simple places. Triton is known as the largest exporter of magical woods for all of Andalur. And that's all the true knowledge you have of it.
Magical woods? Do you mean like for building materials?
Building materials,
crafting materials?
staves.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Oh. And we shall be starting in the town of Bick.
Hang on. I
You
I
the
also
city
need to
of
be
Vic?
present.
So
Actually
is it-
found out that I can't do a thing which I wanted to do. So yeah,
What can't you do
Hey.
that you wanted to do?
I can't display. I can't record two parts of my display separately.
Ah,
And there we go. Well, now the viewers get a nice little behind the scenes. Oh, that's loud.
Oh
loud.
God, that's loud. That's loud. Oh, it's Jacob coming back.
Yep.
Do.
All right, let's start.
Yeah, still setting it up. Hang on.
Wrong. When
Yo, I have some constructive criticism for the overlay when we're done with this stream. Just
Yeah.
a few things you might want to change up.
You just message them to Fabian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to edit a part now anyway, since I figured this out. That's what session 0 is for.
And probably just in the future, like if there's technical issues, Fabian, just like try and take care of them without like yelling them out.
It's something I do and I shouldn't.
From my days of while being a radio presenter, my technical difficulties announcement would be, and the gremlins appear to be back in the system again.
What is this, Shadowrun? Oh God.
Shadowrun is fun.
Oh God, no, it is not.
It's
It is.
interesting.
Shadowrun
so
is fun.
It's interesting, but Shadowrun the system is so needlessly complicated. Oh
Yeah,
And too
I
many
mean,
D6s.
yeah.
it's fun to play with and it's fun to play in, but DMing is one nightmare.
Playing Shadowrun is like math simulator. You know, that's just it.
I thought that was Pathfinder.
I think Shadowrun's worse of a math simulator than Pathfinder, I'd say. It's just so, oh God.
It should be okay now. Yeah. So. shall we begin?
Where shall we begin is in the front lobby of the Adventurers Guild in Bick.
Can you hear me? Can you guys
Uh,
hear
Yeah,
me?
yeah,
You're
you're
quite
soft.
quiet though.
Okay, give me a sec. Alright. It reset my settings.
Okay, fair enough.
It happens.
How about now?
Better.
Hear me now?
Nope.
Yeah, well, we can, evidently, but...
Yep.
Barely.
I'm just gonna my headset because it will give me trouble.
All right, why don't we keep going while Jacob tries to figure that out?
Keep it rolling. Keep the
Keep
cameras
it rolling. Keep the train rolling. So...
There are no brakes on this train.
Dan, the floor's yours.
The front lobby of the Adventurers Guild, found in the low town of Bick, for you do not yet have permissions to enter Mid and High Town. One of the assigners of contracts, missions, and requirements enters the lobby and sees several ragtag bunches of people and sort of just gesticulates at four of them. Those four happen to be the four fools that have decided to align themselves all along one wall. They are not you, and instead they turn to you and address these slightly oddly dressed ragtag bunch of people and ask you individually, are you afraid of mountains?
I glance around to the people around me who are gesturing, and I look up and squint at them a little bit. Depends how high.
Oh, not the highest, but unmapped mountains?
I'll give a shrug and say, as long as it gets me in the door and pays my purse.
Excellent.
Giorgio to this would say, the higher the mountain, the closer to the sun I am. The closer to the sun, the closer I am to my god.
Oh, great. One of you lot. Okay, yes, whatever. Excellent.
Yes, one of my lot.
You there, lizard.
I glance a bit at the half-orc. I have no problem with mountains.
I dare say you wouldn't. And, you there, Mr. Devilman.
I shrug. Can you hear me?
Yes?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I shrug.
Then you four shall be tasked with finding our missing scouts. They headed south through the Teeth Mountains to find a new path into Faithborn, so as to be able to create a new trade route that would take a shorter time. They have not returned or sent message, and they've been missing now for 6 months.
6 months. You couldn't have sent anyone sooner.
They were given 6 months to complete their task.
Well, Seems like you gave them a bit too much time, if you ask me.
I'll,
Maybe
I'll,
give them time to get as far away as possible with whatever pay you gave them.
I sort of give a nod along with the half orc and stand up and sort of adjust the great sword that's hanging over my back and sort of roll my shoulders like, well, let's get going.
Yes, I'll be right with you.
Before you go, the lot of you, we must first each hand you an amulet for the purposes of scrying on you.
Scrying? Do you mean spying? Or
I
are they
don't.
one
I
and the
don't
same?
like being watched.
I take the amulet and shrug.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Hold my hand out for it, but then I'll stuff it in my pocket instead of
I
wearing
take-
it.
I take mine reluctantly.
I would take mine, throw it into my bag. The only thing around my neck is the talisman of my god.
So long as it is within 5 feet of your person, we can scry. That is not a problem if you put it in your bag. This has only just recently become a new step that we take, seeing as we've been losing people.
So what's the penalty for losing the amulet?
Oh, you do not want to do that.
What if it gets stolen?
Then you'd best get it back pretty quickly.
Well,
What does it look like anyway?
if it got stolen, wouldn't you know who stole it?
It is a copper diamond inlaid with a gold diamond inlaid with a platinum diamond, and inside of that is a small piece of quartz.
Ooh, shiny.
Holy hell.
Shiny.
Ooh, I'll take that. Never mind. I'll put it in my bag. My messenger bag.
Yes.
With the rest.
I just put it in a pouch on my belt.
Excellent.
I have a few more questions before we head out on this job, if you could be obliged to answer them.
Oh yes, quite.
First of all, how many scouts did you send?
We sent a scouting party of 12.
Second question, what do they look like?
They
Jin-
are
Just about to ask the same.
a combination of human and elf. They are all wearing, at least last I saw, leather armor and grey cloaks.
So we'll know them when we see them.
Yeah,
They should be the only people in the Teeth Mountains, yes.
should be.
Should be.
Should be.
Should
Well,
be.
it's not the people I'm worried about.
After all, you did say this was unexplored territory.
Yes. Ever since the shatterings and upheavals, yes, all of our old maps are fairly useless.
Well, I appreciate the information. I'm ready to head off whenever.
I give a nod and gesture towards the door with my head.
I give a thumbs up.
Excellent.
Does your character talk or?
Yes, he's just not very
Okay.
talkative.
Just
Okay,
lost
that's-
some.
We'll get along nicely then.
He feels more comfortable around the dead as he's a grave digger by trade, normally.
Yes, well then, day is burning. You'd best be headed off. Let's not dilly-dally. The quicker you get out of here, the quicker you get in the mountains, the quicker you find them or die. One or the other.
Well, more than likely the first option. That is, finding them.
Once
See
you do
what
find
happens.
them, if you don't find them though, if you could complete their task instead,
What, sketching the mountains?
finding a route to Faithborn.
Easy enough.
All right.
That's the same thing they said.
I'd
Yeah,
sort of
well-
look around at the party and say, "Is anyone here skilled in calligraphy, or not calligraphy?
Cartography.
Mapping, I should say."
I'll
Yes.
give a slight shrug and said, I can draw.
Well, then, good enough, I suppose.
Seen my fair share of maps, but reproducing them, that seems not an easy task.
I shake my head.
You don't speak much, do you?
I shake my head and give a sarcastic smile.
Excellent.
All right,
so
well, I guess are we heading off? We grouping up? Anything we need to know before we go? Any more information? Any supplies or anything such that anyone needs to pick up? Shops? Yada yada.
I look over to the group who was talking. I was like, we get any sort of upfront on this? You know,
Yes, quite.
things- Things that can supply, rations, equipment, anything like that, money.
You'll be given 100 days worth of rations each, and a mule to carry them.
I was about to say, are we supposed to carry 100 days worth of rations?
That is quite all right.
Jeez.
You'll each also be given a nominal, let's say, 8 gold each.
8 gold.
8 gold.
8
Each.
gold.
That's
Up front.
barely enough to
Each.
pay for a ferry on the way around.
That's barely enough for a night at a healthy inn.
Well, seeing as there are no inns between here and Faithborn through the mountains, that shouldn't be a problem now, is it?
Any inns that you know of, after all, these are unexplored mountains. You
I'll
never
grant
know.
you that.
We could stumble across some sort of winter elementals inn, maybe a hot spring of some sort. You never know.
However, what should be known is
You-
that successfully reaching Faithborn and completing your task will grant you 1,000 gold pieces.
Wonderful.
Each?
In total.
Oh, not as wonderful
Well,
then, should I say.
Well, it's better than nothing. Let's get going, chaps.
Better than nothing, I suppose.
All right. I walk up to the gentleman and hold my hand out like, I'll take the upfront now.
And hands you 8 gold coins.
Really, are we
leaves
going
you-
to have to queue up?
I'd when he reaches for the gold or offers to give me the gold, I sort of wave my hand and say 8 gold is of no use to me. I don't need it. Someone else can take it up front. I don't care.
I quickly stick my hand out again.
It's inconsequential.
I'll
Gives
hold
a
it
shrug
for
and
him.
hands you another 8 gold.
I just take the 8 gold and plop it in a pouch on my belt.
Excellent.
I put it with the rest of my collection.
Doubly
Funnily
excellent.
enough, I think I'm broke at the moment, so that 8 gold would have been
I was going to say, I've had a huge increase in wealth in the last 20 seconds.
who needs? I only need the sunlight. I'm fine.
The golden rays of sunlight.
Ah, yes, the golden rays of my lord above.
What you
Your, do-
have failed
your lord
to grasp
above is a giant.
Sadly,
Do-
though, golden rays do not pay for beef or food or
Do-
wine or anything such.
Due to the extremely large population of Bic, the majority of things cost in the copper area. So in Bic,
Wow.
a single gold is almost enough to live on food for a week.
Shit. I just turned down a lot of
Hey.
gold then.
That's pretty good.
Nah,
However, outside of
inconsequential.
Bic, where there's lower population, everything costs more.
I would assume so, yes.
So as you are directed out and out through the Lowtown gates, you see that the majority of people in Lowtown are depressed, grimy. The buildings are kind of run down. And the gates themselves seem to... Giant gates that once held back a mighty siege haven't been repaired in 200 years. And so they're kind of just cracked and falling and can't be closed. And leaving out through the Lowtown gates, you veer almost immediately off into the forest to head towards a mountain pass that you can see. This mountain pass you judge to be around the 50-mile bracket away from you, so it will take you several days to reach it. And as you head up and into the mountains, unmolested by any wild creatures,
Sadly.
Damn.
you start
Boring.
to notice the closer you get to the mountains, the less sounds of wildlife occur. You stop hearing any
quickly.
birds and
Can I ask, what's the weather like today?
the
I
weather
don't know
has
if you
been
said it. Yeah, but
fairly stable and clear for the last few days, and you can see far off to the west, as far as you can see, there's the slight forming of thunderclouds.
let me ask you like a
Good.
general world question here. Is this place prone to a lot of, since it seems sort of like tropical, lots of water, is it prone to like tropical storms, hurricanes,
Yes.
tsunamis, stuff like that? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, I figured as much in an ocean
So I assume-
world.
Yeah, so soon places like the cities and stuff like that, are they like, not hurricane proof, but have they taken measures against such bad weather?
They have taken
Comfortable.
magical protection measures against such things as hurricanes and tornadoes and cyclones and earthquake.
Cool,
Yes.
cool. Good to hear.
However, obviously, outside of those cities, not so much.
Yeah, probably not. Oh god.
Could I please get some perception checks off of you all?
Told you.
Sure.
Bye.
I would like to also do my eyes on the grave.
Wow. Fucking hell.
Yes, that is truly
I-
incredible.
How do you do the how do you do
Hey.
the grave
Wow.
perception checks?
Hey, by
Just
the way,
click it.
I'm Daniel. I'm also doing eyes on the grave.
Yes, I saw that.
So I detect all undead within 1 mile, if there are any.
Ooh, I like you, man. You're useful. Me and you, we gotta team up. You find them, I cut them down. Oh yeah.
Your senses pick up nothing in the immediate area, in the immediate mile around you.
My character's pleased by this.
Probably because I'm absent-mindedly thinking of some stuff to make.
Yes, all you have currently noticed is the total lack of wildlife that you've passed. Some of you had been considering doing a little bit of deer hunting on the way, increase your food stores a little bit. However, there's been absolutely nothing since your second day of travel. This is now 5 days in.
Are there any tracks or anything like that, or is it just nothing? No tracks, no sounds.
You don't see tracks, you don't hear sounds, you don't see anything. However, I will be needing a survival check off of anybody who has proficiency.
I don't have proficiency, but I do have +3 in it.
That will do. Could I please get a check from you?
Another crit fail. Nope, just an 8.
Low rolls,
An eight.
man.
Very low rolls.
Yeah, we're doing great.
You feel that this mountain pass will be viable for you to pass through. That it will be a good starting point. Okay.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
By the way, we've been traveling for like more than a day, right?
Yeah, this is day 5.
I just want to say, you guys notice Giorgio every morning, sunrise, every night, sunset, he's praying. He, says just a short prayer.
Have any spare
And
time? I'm
before
ready
every
for another.
meal too. Yeah.
I sleep clutching my shovel. Or cuddling my shovel.
Oh yeah,
Who's
quick question.
who-
Have we
who's the
done
big
like
spoon?
character appearances? Like have we described like looks to each other?
We should have done that.
Probably.
Yeah,
Should
we can do
have.
that. We can do that now, real quick.
Yeah.
Can we do
Go
that
ahead.
now?
Not me
Um,
first this time.
All right, I guess
I'll go
let's-
first.
Alright,
Yeah.
I was
So-
about to say let's go from bottom to top, but all right.
All right, so my character Dalen is half elf. He's got sort of shoulder length, sun bleached hair. So that dark, like just bleached by the sun. So a mix of like dirty blonde and stuff. And he keeps it tied back in sort of a short ponytail and over his ears with his sort of just some of it blocking his ears because blocking the big pointy parts. He's got his mother's, sort of sapphire blue eyes. He's pretty tanned from, being on ships his whole life. And as far as, half elves and elves go, he's pretty muscular, but sort of or no body fat from just working hard all day and then eating, biscuits and dried meat on ships. Besides that, he's sort of got, dark, his eyes are sunken a little bit. And besides that, he's got sort of a calm demeanor about things until it comes to interacting with people. Then he sort of lights up a little bit.
Nice.
Good.
I guess I'll go next. Giorgio, he stands fairly tall at around 6'4", you guess. He is half orc. He's very tall. He's very buff, but lean. Also, surprisingly, buff but lean, muscular. His skin is this, it's sort of like a stony gray. You can assume that's where he got the name Geo from. Looks like a rock. While he looks like a half orc, he also has sort of elvish features. The slenderness. He's quite handsome for orc sometimes. Just when the light catches him in the right way, he looks a little bit handsome.
When he's doing a heroic pose.
Yeah, when he's doing a fucking heroic pose. He has, small tusks, smaller than most half orcs, just coming out of his mouth. His hair is like a fine silver. It's shaved pretty much all of his hair except for one patch in the back that he has very long and tied into a ponytail. And then his eyes are like a reddish pink. That's about it.
So more on the human side than the orc side then.
More on the elf side than the human side,
Yes.
yeah.
Elf side, yeah.
Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention his face. Like all of his facial features are just very sharp and naturally kind of angry looking. Despite he tends to be like, if you were to chat with him or say a word with him, he's quite kind, but his face naturally is just very sharp. Looks angry all the time. You can assume that's his orcish part of him.
I think I'll go next then. My character, Val or Valkyrin, that depends on what you want. She's tall but slender, leaning towards the underweight. Red, of course. Cyan blue eyes, which stand out. They're a weird combination with the red. She wears a trench coat-esque coat lined with purple, and a dark navy blue shirt trimmed with silver. So not cheap clothes, but also not the most expensive. Wearing a dark leather messenger bag on slung over the shoulder, resting on the hip. No boots.
Okay, I'll go. My character has gray skin with a red tinge to it. He has 2 horns, but one of them was cut. Looks like it was cut by a claw of some kind, as there's like gash marks in the remaining part of it. He stands fairly tall at 6'1". He has gray eyes. He doesn't seem to make much. He hasn't made many expressions on the journey so far, other than a few sarcastic smiles when he's asked why he doesn't speak. And he's wearing some simple brown clothes, like a simple brown tunic over his chainmail armor. And he's got a big pack and a shovel that he clutches a lot, or he holds a lot.
Right.
I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm tired as hell right now.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
That's
We get what you mean.
Okay. As you were describing yourselves to each other, you progressed in your travels several miles and crest to the top of this pass. It's a saddle between the mountains, and you see ahead of you an elevated valley. And you can now see from a camp of some sort what was wisps of smoke coming out. It's incredibly faint, as though the fire has recently died.
Has it been another day since I used Grim or Eyes on the Grave, or no?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so you said it's a sort of a valley, and we see smoke on the other side, or?
Yeah, like you see down coming in the middle of the valley, there's wisps of smoke, and you see the odd temporary-like structure. It's not very clear from where you are.
And we're about 5 days in?
Yeah, this is 5 days into your journey.
So about how far ahead of this is, like, could I mentally gauge just how far ahead this is in feet? Or yards,
You could
meters?
measure this at 600 feet in front of you.
All right, and what's our current, like, walking order? How are we moving? I would say I'd probably be in front. I'm paladin. Anyone else, like...
Yeah, I'd be right behind you, I guess.
Cool.
Considering
You
you
guys,
also
Jacob,
have the
Fabio?
mules as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, someone would
I
probably
don't-
be in the hunt.
Wait, do we have 4 mules or just 1 mule?
You have 4 mules.
Each
Okay.
with
Each one
100
has
rations
100
on them.
days of rations. They're pretty
So
I
we
thought
eat
it
the
was
100 days
100-day
of rations, then we cut off their heads and cook the mules. I mean,
I thought it was 100-day rations in total. I didn't know we had
No.
400 days worth of rations.
No,
Yeah,
we got food for days, literally.
we could sell that, make
Yeah.
a pretty penny, you know.
Yeah.
One
They
penny.
expect you to take a couple of months to find a path through to Faithborn.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, I'll look around at everyone, and then is there anything I could tie the mule up to?
There are
a-
several trees and rocks
Like a-
around. Yes,
I find one. I tie the mule off, give it a little pet on the head, and then I look to Geo and the rest and sort of shrug down there like,
Back to starting stream in 3, 2, 1, and we're back.
Okay.
You should get one of those, like, time card things where it's like, hey, we'll be right back.
Yeah, I should get that.
Instead of just,
Yeah.
like, stopping it.
Yeah.
again, something for next time.
Yep.
I
This is
do
session
I do
zero
have
for
a little
reason.
video. Yeah, indeed. And I do have a little video of about 11 minutes that loops, so we can watch. The viewers can watch that.
Okay.
But I'll also make a little time card. Yeah. All right.
If we could get everybody's initiative rolls right now, please.
Hey,
Yes.
As you can see,
Here we go.
Ghost Cat got an 11 on its initiative out of rolling a 17.
Dan, shouldn't you put us on a battle map?
Yeah, it says we need tokens.
Yep.
Just roll 1d20 plus initiative modifier, please.
Oh, we're not doing battling on a map. Okay.
20.
13.
I got a =1. I didn't mean to press equals. I pressed minus.
Oh God.
Will put us on a
but-
battle map.
A 3.
This is
Oh, I got a 3. Nice.
By the way, is it cool if I say hi to-
Ooh. Nice.
guys, another one of my friends is watching. Hey, Steph.
Yeah.
Yay! Thank you for watching.
Howdy ho.
Trying to
Okay,
work,
my-
Ghost Cat.
My player has fallen asleep, but
That's okay.
It's fine. So yeah, 22 initiative.
I just heard my
3. I
phone
love
going
that.
off. And this should
Daniel,
be-
that's so unprofessional. Turn your
God,
phone off.
what is that?
Dan.
X's, that should be
Oh
squares.
God, it's too spooky.
Is that a Matrix cat?
It's like green
it's-
fire with bones.
Is a
Yeah,
ghost cat.
it should be made up of like green zeros and ones, just a matrix cat.
Too spooky. Do we have well, I guess we don't have character art, so we don't have tokens.
Some people have character art and have tokens.
Yeah, one has character art.
Nice.
Okay, I'll actually just reposition. some
Well,
things here.
I'm still working. We're still working on it. That's why I also don't have the intro video yet. I want to have the character art to show people and let you narrate over it.
Is there a way on Roll20, like on the bottom where it says like our profile pictures and names? How do we get rid of those?
Go to
You
the
can
settings.
Only
It's right
make
there at
it
the bottom.
I'll
make them
turn it
names
to
only.
the names.
Okay.
Yes, you can get rid of it.
You probably just want to set it to names only because the profile pictures are just too big. They take up most of the map unless you have like a fucking massive monitor like I do.
Okay.
All right, there we go.
So Tiefling Cleric.
Is that your official character art?
Nope, that is just a
Oh,
token
no,
that I
it's
have.
not. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, currently only I have actual character art, and we're working
Nice.
on Damon's.
Coolio.
I'm just gonna quickly.
And the cat wants to enter my room.
What is it?
Because
just
it
scratching
because it
your
knows
dog?
there's another cat in here.
Yeah, scratching. Come here.
Oh God, what is that? Or
Kitty cam.
I hope that's not me. Oh God.
That will just temporarily be the half-orc whose name is Giorgio, correct?
Yep.
Should just be able to.
The big.
Yeah, there we go.
That right there.
Oh, that's
Love
a bit squishy. I should edit that soon.
I mean, you should edit it so it's just the face.
Yeah.
Well, if you send me the picture, I can make you like a proper circle token with a border out of it, if you want.
Yeah, we'll do that in between sessions.
Takes like half a second.
I can send you that then. Oh God,
Maybe
no!
just
Don't
whenever.
don't walk on my
Yeah,
desk.
just worry about it in between sessions. As
Yeah,
long as we,
yeah.
like know our shit.
God. Big.
These are just
Is that
placeholders,
me?
remember?
I know, it's great. I love
That's
it.
I love it.
Before
So
your
is that-
eyes, Giorgio
is that-
gains 200 pounds.
is that little dweeb with the sword supposed to be me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Love it.
Can we just get a shovel icon for my character?
No.
Like just a shovel?
No.
That's all I am, a shovel.
He has become Shovel, Digger of Worlds.
Exactly.
Oh, by the way, Digger, I've got a nice poem for you, if you want. I dig, you dig, we dig, she dig, they dig.
No, stop. Stop.
It's not a good poem,
Stop.
but at least it's
Stop.
deep.
Oh God. That was all for a pun.
You bastard.
I
There
know.
are
I'm-
two dragons.
I'm terrible. Oh no, there's two of me. There should only be one of me, Dan.
Why,
God.
why and how are there two of you?
Because I can drag my token onto the board.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
stop that.
let's make that not be the case.
Could you link me like a full thing to your character art? I just want to see it because like it looks pretty
Sure.
nice, but I can't